There are teams that win because they're simply better, and there are teams that make their opponents look like they've forgotten how to play football. Spain did exactly that against France. A squad packed with stars like Mbappe, Dembele, and Olise left the pitch without ever looking like they were close to reaching the final. It wasn't because France played badly, it was because Spain dictated the game exactly the way they wanted from the first minute to the last. If we look at the stats after the match, the numbers suggest it was a close contest. Spain had 51% possession compared to France's 49%. Spain completed 487 passes with an 86% accuracy rate, while France completed 408 passes at 87%. But once you look beyond the numbers, you realize they're a little misleading. France enjoyed plenty of possession, but without any real impact. Spain, on the other hand, looked dangerous every single time they entered the final third. From the opening whistle, Spain played with tremendous confidence. Their pressing was relentless, their off-the-ball movement never stopped, and every time Lamine Yamal received the ball, he forced the French defense to retreat. France tried to build from the back, but Spain's high press repeatedly forced passing mistakes and won the ball back in dangerous areas. That was Spain's first statement. They weren't there just to dominate possession, nor were they planning to sit back and defend. They came to impose their identity. That's why, despite all the world-class talent France had on the pitch, they couldn't play the style they wanted. In fact, they could barely play at all. As the minutes passed, Spain's control became even stronger. The ball moved quickly between Pedri, Rodri, and Fabian Ruiz, while Lamine Yamal constantly exploited the space down the right flank. France defended well, but with every passing minute, Spain looked closer and closer to finding the breakthrough. And then, in the 22nd minute, came the moment that changed the entire match. Lamine Yamal received the ball and burst into the penalty area with his pace and skill. A French defender tried to stop him, but the challenge came too late. The referee immediately pointed to the penalty spot. Oyarzabal stepped up. All the pressure was on one player. He struck the ball, goal. 1-0 Spain. The goal was fully deserved. It came after sustained pressure and clear dominance. More importantly, it proved that Spain weren't keeping possession just for the sake of it. Every pass had a purpose, and every movement brought them closer to the goal. After the opener, many expected France to respond quickly. After all, they had players like Mbappe, Dembele, and Olise. But surprisingly, the French response never really came. They managed to move the ball into Spain's final third, but that's where everything stopped. Either it was the wrong decision, a misplaced pass, or the Spanish defense was perfectly positioned. That explains why France, despite finishing the match with 14 shots, failed to turn those attempts into genuine danger. Only 4 were on target, and none found the back of the net. Spain, on the other hand, needed fewer chances, but they were calmer, more clinical, and far more efficient in their decision-making. In truth, the player who caused France the most problems in the first half was Lamine Yamal. The young star didn't score, but he was Spain's biggest attacking threat. Every time he touched the ball, he forced the French defense deeper, created several dangerous opportunities, and won the penalty that led to the opening goal. As halftime approached, France tried to increase the pressure. They earned several corner kicks and repeatedly delivered crosses into the penalty area. But Spain's defense remained completely focused. Every cross was cleared, and every attack was stopped before it could seriously test the goalkeeper. The first half ended with Spain leading 1-0. But in reality, the scoreline was even more worrying for France than it looked. The problem wasn't just being one goal behind. The real issue was that France couldn't find a way to play. Spain controlled the tempo of the match completely, as if they were deciding when the game would slow down and when it would come alive. As the second half began, it was obvious that France had to change something. If the match continued in the same fashion, a second Spanish goal felt like only a matter of time. Everyone expected France to respond. A team of this caliber, filled with world-class players, was naturally expected to throw everything forward in search of an equalizer. But the opposite happened. Spain started the second half with even greater intensity. The pressing never stopped, the passing remained quick, and every player kept moving off the ball as if the score was still 0-0. France tried to reshape their attack. Mbappe began drifting more into central areas, while Dembele looked to rely on one-on-one situations. But Spain's defense was prepared for every scenario. Every time a French player received the ball, He was immediately surrounded by two or even three opponents. As a result, France resorted to long-range shots and crosses without creating any clear-cut chances. Although France finished the match with 7 corner kicks compared to just 1 for Spain, they failed to make any of them count. That summed up one of their biggest problems throughout the game. They could reach dangerous areas, but they simply couldn't produce the final touch. Spain, meanwhile, stayed composed. They never rushed their attacks. Every move was built patiently, with the ball moving smoothly from one player to another until the right opening appeared. That's the difference between a team playing under pressure and a team fully confident that its chance will come. Then, in the 58th minute, came the moment that all but sealed the match. A flowing team move started from midfield. A series of quick passes sliced through France's defensive lines. The ball reached Pedro Porro. He struck it. Goal. 2-0 Spain. The second goal perfectly reflected Spain's identity throughout the match: calmness, patience, and outstanding teamwork. No rushing, no individual heroics. Every player knew exactly where to be, when to pass, and when to make his move. After that goal, France needed to score twice. But the biggest problem was that the match never gave the impression they could even score once. Every attack was stopped by Spain's last line of defense, and every promising move broke down before becoming a real chance. Even Mbappe, the player everyone expected to produce a moment of magic and rescue France, endured one of his toughest performances of the tournament. Every time he received the ball, he was immediately put under pressure and never found the space he loves to exploit. That was Spain's greatest strength. They didn't just stop Mbappe from scoring, they stopped him from ever getting into the game. Lamine Yamal also delivered another outstanding performance. He didn't score, but his influence was undeniable. He won the penalty that led to the opening goal, constantly troubled the French defense, and even had a goal ruled out for offside. His presence alone was enough to keep France's backline under pressure throughout the match. And if we go back to the statistics, it's easy to understand why Spain deserved the victory. Possession was almost even at 51% to 49%, but Spain completed more passes and dictated the tempo of the game. France attempted 14 shots, but managed only 4 on target without creating any real danger. Spain, meanwhile, took just 10 shots, yet scored twice and finished the job. That was one of the biggest lessons from this match. Football isn't about who takes the most shots or wins the most corners. France earned 7 corner kicks compared to just 1 for Spain, but Spain were far more efficient in every attack and far more composed with every decision. As full time approached, France pushed forward with everything they had, but every passing minute made it clearer that this was Spain's night. The Spanish players managed possession intelligently, let the clock work in their favor, and frustration gradually became visible among the French players. Then came the final whistle. Spain were through to the FIFA World Cup final. France were out after a performance that lacked the character we've come to expect from them. Perhaps what people will remember most is that many will simply say Spain won 2-0. But anyone who watched the match knows the gap felt much bigger than 2 goals. Spain didn't defeat France only on the scoreboard. They outplayed them in possession, pressing, movement, intelligence, and every small detail on the pitch. And that's the biggest lesson of all. In tournaments as demanding as the World Cup, star players alone don't win titles. What wins championships is a team capable of imposing its identity on the match. And on this night, Spain didn't just impose their identity on France, they imposed it on the entire football world.